On October 27, 2022, Elon Musk walked into Twitter headquarters carrying a kitchen sink. That wasn't a metaphor. He literally carried a sink and posted the video online. "Let that sink in," he wrote. Within 24 hours, he fired the CEO, the CFO, and the entire board. Within weeks, half the company was gone. Within months, the platform was unrecognizable. He spent $44 billion on this. What if he hadn't? And what if the person who lost the most wasn't Elon, but someone you've never heard of? To understand what happened, you need to understand what Twitter was in 2022. Not what people thought it was, what it actually was. Twitter had 238 million daily active users. Sounds impressive, but Facebook had 2 billion, TikTok had 1 billion, YouTube had 2.5 billion. Twitter was a distant fourth and barely growing. Revenue was $5 billion a year. But the company hadn't turned a consistent profit. Ever. Wall Street had given up on Twitter. The stock was trading at $35, down from a peak of $77. Investors were frustrated. The platform was stagnant. But here's what Twitter actually was. Beyond the numbers. Twitter was the world's town square. Politicians announced policy on it. Journalists broke news on it. CEOs moved markets with a single tweet. During revolutions, it was the only uncensored voice. During COVID, it was where scientists shared data in real time. It had cultural power that dwarfed its financial value. And one man understood that better than anyone. Elon Musk had 80 million Twitter followers in early 2022. He used the platform constantly to announce Tesla products, to pump Dogecoin, to mock competitors, to shape public opinion. Twitter wasn't just a social media app to Elon, it was a weapon. In January 2022, he started quietly buying Twitter stock. By April, he owned 9.2%, the largest single shareholder. He was offered a board seat. He turned it down. Then he made an offer to buy the entire company. $54.20 per share, $44 billion total, the board accepted. And then Elon tried to back out. But before we get to that, let me tell you about Priya. Priya Chandran was a senior trust and safety engineer at Twitter, 8 years at the company. She'd built the systems that detected coordinated harassment campaigns, election interference, and bot networks. She wasn't famous. She wasn't on anyone's radar. She was one of 7,500 employees who came to work every day and kept the town square running. Remember her name. July 2022. Elon Musk sends a letter to Twitter's board. "I'm terminating the deal." His reason: too many fake bot accounts. Twitter's board sued him, forced him to complete the purchase. Delaware court ruled Elon had to buy Twitter or face billions in penalties. October 27, 2022, the deadline. Elon had one last chance to settle. Pay a breakup fee, walk away, lose a few billion, painful but survivable for the world's richest man. Instead, he showed up with a kitchen sink. That decision, to complete the purchase rather than pay the penalty, is the hinge point of this entire story. Because the consequences weren't just for Twitter. Tesla's stock dropped 65% during the acquisition period. $700 billion in market cap erased. Tesla shareholders lost more money than the entire Twitter purchase price, many times over. Advertisers fled. Apple, Disney, IBM, and hundreds of others paused their Twitter spending. Revenue collapsed 50% in months. And Priya? She was fired in the first wave. No warning, no severance negotiation. She found out when her laptop was remotely disabled at 2 a.m. 8 years of work, gone in a push notification. What if Elon had paid the breakup fee? What if, on that October morning, instead of carrying a kitchen sink into Twitter HQ, he had simply written a check and walked away? The world looks completely different. Better in some ways, worse in others. Elon pays the breakup fee, estimated cost $1 billion. For the world's richest man, painful, but survivable. Twitter's board celebrates. The stock drops briefly, then stabilizes around $38. The company is wounded, but alive. The board decides radical change is needed. They fire CEO Parag Agrawal and bring in a Silicon Valley veteran. The new CEO makes 3 moves: subscription model, creator monetization, and algorithm transparency. By 2024, Twitter is profitable for the first time in its history. Stock climbs to $65. The company Wall Street wrote off is suddenly the most interesting turnaround story in tech. And Priya? She's still there. She got promoted to Director of Trust and Safety. Her institutional knowledge compounded. Without the Twitter distraction, Elon is laser-focused on Tesla and SpaceX. Tesla's stock never drops 65%. The $700 billion in market cap stays intact. Musk pushes his teams harder on what he actually knows: manufacturing, batteries, autonomy. SpaceX continues its relentless cadence of Starship tests. Elon Musk remains the world's most ambitious industrialist. Still controversial, but focused on building things, not moderating posts. But the town square gets complicated. In the alternate timeline, Twitter's content moderation stays largely the same as pre-Musk. The accounts that were banned, including Donald Trump, stay banned. Truth Social grows faster. Rumble expands. The internet fragments more decisively. Everyone loses something. Nobody's happy. And Grok, Musk's AI competitor, launches without Twitter's training data. It's a weaker product. One $1 billion check. That's all it would have taken. 3,700 people keep their jobs. Priya keeps her career. But the town square would look very different. Everyone has an opinion on Elon buying Twitter. But here's the question nobody is asking. What if Elon buying Twitter was never really about Twitter? Think about what's happened since the acquisition. Musk went from a tech billionaire to a political kingmaker. He endorsed Donald Trump. He campaigned in swing states. He was given a role in the US government, the Department of Government Efficiency. Could any of that have happened without owning Twitter? Probably not. Twitter gave Musk something no amount of money could buy: a megaphone with 600 million users, the power to make or break careers with a single post, $44 billion for the world's most powerful political influence machine. When you frame it that way, was it really overpriced? And here's the darkest version of the alternate timeline. Without Twitter, Elon Musk is just a very rich man who makes cars and rockets. With Twitter, he's arguably the most politically powerful private citizen in human history. Some would argue that was the plan all along. Others say he stumbled into it. Either way, the outcome is the same. Twitter is now X. It has 600 million registered users, but engagement metrics are contested. Advertisers have partially returned, but revenue is still below pre-acquisition levels. Current estimated value: between 12 and 19 billion. A loss of at least $25 billion on paper. By every financial metric, it was a terrible investment. But financial metrics don't capture everything. 3 lessons from this story. Power isn't always on the balance sheet. Distraction is the most expensive thing in the world. The town square matters. And Priya? In real life, she landed at a smaller trust and safety startup 6 months after being fired. She took a pay cut. She lost her equity. But she's building again. In the alternate timeline, she's a director at a profitable Twitter, leading the team that keeps the town square safe. Same person, same talent, same work ethic. 2 completely different lives. All because one man decided to carry a kitchen sink through a door instead of writing a check. Which world is better? That's not a question I can answer for you, but it's a question worth asking. 44 billion, 1 decision, 3,700 jobs, 1 town square. The world changed. Here's my question for you. If you were Elon on that October morning, breakup fee on the table, kitchen sink in the hallway, what do? Walk away with your billion-dollar bruise? Or walk in and own the conversation? Tell me in the comments. If you made it this far, subscribe. We do this every week. Alternate histories, real consequences, big questions. See you in the next one.